So when you have a kiddo membership, this is with what we call our overview page. So the class we're in now is Year 5 Silver. So what we want to do is we want to go to the Assessments tab just here. And the first thing I want to draw your attention to is over here is the instructions. So instructions for all of our assessments are here, FMS, CAMSA and rubric. We highly recommend that the first thing you do before implementing the CAMSA is read all these instructions really thoroughly. Obviously, we want to maintain the integrity of the test and make sure that everyone's following the protocols correctly. So please read the instructions. So we have really comprehensive instructions for you here. What we also have is links to PDF copies of, so this particular one is the course equipment and setup. So you can click on that, print it off so that then you can take that out with you and set up your course. So it's got how you complete the course, the verbal cues. You can also download them as a PDF so that you can have them in front of you whilst the children are completing the course. Other guidelines for practical time and the roles that involve. So we have everything that you need. We also have a paper CAMSA score sheet if you prefer to use that, and also the evaluation criteria. So what you're actually looking for when the children are completing their individual skills within the CAMSA. We have a really great video as well. So that's another good thing. You definitely should watch that before you implement any CAMSA. Make sure that you are across everything. All right, so to set up your assessment, it's very easy. So we can add FMS, CAMSA or rubric. We're going to set up a CAMSA assessment today. So you can call it whatever you would like. So we might call this term 3 webinar. You select the dates that you're going to assess, select the students that you're going to assess, and then you simply press save if you're doing it at a later date, or we're going to do it straight away. So we're going to press save and run. Okay, so here are all of our students that are listed. Now you'll notice that it says that we are online here. One of the questions we often get asked is that, you know, if you don't have good Wi-Fi at your school, can you still do it online on a tablet or a device? Absolutely, you can. Once you're at this page, everything that you do after, you can put it on airplane mode if you like, and everything will be saved. And when you remove it from airplane mode, or when you get back into really good Wi-Fi, everything will sync. And you'll see today when I enter some data, there's a little blue box that pops up that say that it's syncing the data. So don't let that be a barrier. You don't have to have really good Wi-Fi to still be able to use a tablet and put everything in online. So let's have a little look at Finn today. Finn's going to be our first participant. So he's done his 2 practice trials. He's ready to do his first trial. So we're going to go into Finn. So I'm going to say to Finn, ready, set, go. He's going to start. I'm watching Finn. He did his jumps perfectly. He slid, but he did not touch the cone. He did catch the ball. He did an overarm throw, but didn't transfer his weight. His skipping was great. And then his hopping, he hit one of the hoops, and his kicking was perfect. And then we stop. Okay, so you can see his skill score is 11. His time is there, and all we have to do then is save the trial. The data sync is happening. So then I can either go straight in and get Finn, give him some feedback and get him to go straight again, or I can move into a different student and let them have a turn. So as you can see, it's very easy to navigate. You know, you don't need to worry about having good Wi-Fi, and everything is saved for you. So I'm just going to go back to assessment. So how do you then look at your results? So I can go to this little blue box here and have a look at my results, and it will tell me that Finn, he scored 7 for his time, 11 for his skill. His total score was 18, and that places him in the progressing category. So to get a better look once you've done a lot more assessment, if you go into the Students tab here, we have a color-coded category system. So the categories are based on established CAMSA norms. So what you can see is that students have been classified as either beginning, progressing, achieving, or excelling. So immediately, without looking at individual results, I can already see that Zoe and Archer, Ruby, Sienna, and Grace might need some additional help. So I might want to put them in an intervention group, or just keep an eye on them, and I might go into their reports and see exactly what it is they might need some extra help with. So downloading the reports is very simple. This is the percentage report. This is the progress report. So I've downloaded the percentage report for Debbie Flintoff King. So this is her scores here. Amanda's going to go through these in a lot more detail very shortly, but there's a lot of information there about the categories that parents can have a look at. And this is her progress report. So she's done this test 3 times, and you can see that her time has improved from the first time. It didn't improve the second time. Her time score has remained quite similar though. Her skill score has improved and her overall score has improved. And again, there's a whole lot of information there for parents. So Amanda will go through that with you a little bit more later. So then what can you do? You've got all of this data, we've got all of this assessment now. What can we do with it? So if I go over to this box on the left-hand side, I've got the insights. And what this is going to do is this is going to generate some graphs for me. So I can choose to do just my class, or I can choose to do all of the year 5s in my school. I want to choose CAMSA because that's what we're doing, and the year 2025. And so there are 12 different graphs that pop up. So their total score and their skill score is the first two. The blue is our class, my particular class or school, and the black is the national average. So you can see exactly how your students are performing and comparing. So it divides, and you can see all the individual skills. So if there happens to be some sort of skill where the children are not strong, that's a really great thing for you, because then you can go, okay, well, we need to focus on skipping, or we need to focus on catching. So it's really easy for you to see where the deficiencies are. And you can see how many are in beginning, progressing, achieving, and excelling, and their times as well. So again, Amanda will talk a little bit more about that later. And then if you want to export all of that data, it is very, very simple to do. You simply go into this little cog, go into CAMSA results, choose the class that you want to export, and you can export that.